Hi, my name is Casey, and today I'm going to talk about Animal Crossing, but first I want to tell you a story. So, when I was 9 years old, I suffered a head injury that kept me out of school for about 30 days, which you'd think would be any kid's dream, but I found myself bored and somewhat lonely at home. My parents sympathized with me, and to cheer me up, they brought me home a little game called Animal Crossing Wild World. And I absolutely fell in love with this game. I had no idea a video game was even capable of evoking the feelings that the Animal Crossing series is famous for. Normally, and especially at that age, I wouldn't be interested in a game where the appeal is talking with your animal neighbors and watering flowers. But because of my loneliness, I warmed right up to the villagers. It only took me a few days to see the appeal, and I was hooked. Fishing and catching bugs, working on my house, making designs, and this was all before I realized the game had multiplayer too, holy shit. But eventually I recovered and I had to go back to school. And getting up at 6 a.m., getting home around 4 p.m., and not finishing my homework until around 5 meant one thing. Misery. And also, how was I going to catch the monarch butterfly? This bug was only available from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., and these hours I would almost never have free, but I still needed to fill out my insect chart. So 9-year-old me came to a solution that I'm sure a ton of people had already arrived at, or would arrive at, because it's one of the most controversial Animal Crossing topics. I went ahead and I changed the time, or as they call it, I time traveled. I found this really hard to do, especially with how much this game emphasizes basic morals. Like, it made me feel so dishonest, but there were really no negative side effects for just going back a few hours. The issue was when I started messing with the days, and I quickly realized how much more interesting this game got. There were new items at the shop each day, trees could grow instantly, mail could deliver instantly, I could experience the in-game events whenever I wanted, and really the only downside was some weeds and the occasional villager dipping. I remember feeling shocked that I hadn't done it sooner. So I kept forwarding the time from day to day, and what happened was that the game became really addicting, like I was playing it almost in all the free time I had. But after about a month of these play sessions, I got super burnt out, and I put the game down and did not touch it again for a very long time. After having repeated this process with City Folk, and then eventually New Leaf as well, I finally understand that time travel isn't always the best way to experience Animal Crossing. Because Animal Crossing is not built for the rapid and frantic playstyle that is time travel. These games have a specific flow and environment, and the magical sensation you get comes from investing yourself into this environment. The more you play, you build status, achievements, relationships, and your role in this community solidifies alongside the time you've spent with it. For many, this day-to-day experience is what makes Animal Crossing. You boot up the game each day to see what's new or who's in town, and the game holds enough possible variations to keep this exciting for a very long time. And yet, constantly changing the clock to manipulate this flow of events disrupts the game's relationship with the real world, which is something even the developers agree on, going as far as to call time travel a shame, which isn't shocking considering that they're taking steps to reduce time manipulation with New Horizons. Okay, never mind, they literally changed this today as I was recording. But they're not wrong. When you do this, you're intentionally shortening the lifespan of a game that could stay interesting for years. You're experiencing all these days at once and taking the best things away from them. Sure, it's video game ecstasy for a little while, but you're not left with much after, and the result is that Animal Crossing feels bare and kind of robotic. And that's why you should never time travel in Animal Crossing. Now, with all of that said, do I still plan to time travel in Animal Crossing New Horizons? Why? Because I'm a grown-ass adult who paid $60 for the game and I want to. Why should I or any other person tell you how to play the game that you bought for yourself? The decision boils down to someone's own personal preferences, and if it doesn't affect you, it shouldn't concern you. Some people like to time travel, and that's okay. Some people like to play the game day by day, and that's okay too. But some people like to bash others who don't play the game the same way as them, and those people are going to hell. A lot of people seem to associate time travel with cheating, which I wouldn't say is true at all. It's an intentional mechanic in the game that the developers put there who are clearly aware of it. But on that topic, if you want to call something cheating and argue against people who do it, why not attack all the duping glitches that you see everywhere? The point I'm trying to make with all of this is, play the game how you want, it's your experience, and all that matters is that you're having fun. Did I really just say that out loud? I feel like a damn Little League coach. I personally choose to time travel because I don't really have much time. I could go a week without playing games, but then when I do have free time, I could dedicate an entire day to playing games. And if I only got to spend that one day playing through one in-game Animal Crossing day, well then honestly that would still be pretty fucking sweet.